Yo, what's happening, guys? This is NorbCam. Blue Friday. Happy Blue Friday to all you Seahawks fans. And yesterday, the NFL schedules all came out, and I'm sure most of you have seen them already. But I wanted to just react to that a little bit and talk a little bit more in depth about a couple of these games, which I think serves the Seahawks well. In general, I think I like the way the schedule played out. I think that the NFL, unlike in previous years, I felt like the NFL was almost intentionally trying to do us in by the way they scheduled us. I actually feel like this is a pretty fair schedule that it's got mostly good things to it, a couple things I don't like, but overall it's a very promising schedule that I think suits us well for doing well this season. A couple of things right at the top. We do have technically the fifth toughest schedule in the league. The bright side of it all is that we got only two 10 a.m. games. One of those reasons is because the St. Louis Rams are now in LA, so that took one of them off the board. And we have 5 primetime games, which is like it would have been last year. We were supposed to have 5 primetime games last year, but they flexed us out of when we were supposed to play the Ravens, they flexed us out of primetime, so we ended up with 4 last year. But we have 5, and I don't see that happening, especially since the last a couple of the last games we have prime time are against the Panthers and at home against the Rams. I guess it's possible they could flex that one out, but hopefully they won't because it is the Rams, and this is their first year as the Los Angeles Rams, so I'm pretty sure they want to keep that one going. So those are the good things, I think, for the Seahawks. A couple things that I don't like so much is the bye after the 4th week. A little too early. We had an early bye, was it a couple seasons ago? You just want to have it later, so when we start having injuries and things like that, the team has a chance to rest up. As it is now, we got to go like the last 12 weeks of the season straight through, and that's when we really play our hardest part and the most important part of the schedule, since all the division games are stacked at the end. And the only thing I don't really like either is the fact that we play New England right after going Monday Night Football on a short week over to New England, and then that's the same week that New England's coming off of their bye. So it's kind of a double whammy. They're getting an extra week of rest. We're getting, 2 days less rest. So, and being on the road. So that one is almost designed to give New England practically the win in that situation. And they're hard enough to play, in Gillette Stadium anyway. But what I do like about this is that this really sets up well as a schedule where we could start off the season, not to get too caught up in, looking too far ahead, but if you go by the numbers, we could start off the first 5 games. We could start off 5-0. It's very possible because every team that we play, the Dolphins, at the Rams, here against the 49ers, at the Jets, and then against the Falcons at home, all of those teams were 500 or below. The Falcons were 8-8, and the rest of the teams were all below. Finished the year last year below 500. So that bodes well that if we're gonna, get off to a good start, which is always important, which is something we've always struggled with, this may be the year that it sets up pretty well to do that. So the first time we played an opponent with a winning record is in Week 7 when we play the Cardinals at Arizona, and that's the one I actually have marked down as our first loss of the season. So I guess if I'm going to go do this whole win-loss thing, which to me is unofficial because we haven't done the draft yet, there's still free agency, hasn't been resolved, and I'll do an official prediction, probably music video to do my prediction later in the summer, closer to the actual season. But we'll do one for fun here, just for the heck of it. So like I said, I believe we'll win the first 5 games. We'll be 5-0. It'll be a loss at the Cardinals. Then we travel to the Saints, who finished 7-9 last season, and we'll get that win. Come back, play the Buffalo Bills Monday night, get a win there. They were 8-8 last season, 500. Then we go to New England and chalk that up as a loss. So that's our second loss of the season. And come back home, play the Eagles, and who also finished 7-9 last season. That's a win. On another note, I plan to do another collab with YouTuber Philadelphia of the Philadelphia Eagles. We did our a couple seasons ago. We did a collaboration doing our take on the Eminem rap Monster, and that was pretty cool. So we have always agreed that the next time we play each other, we would do it again. So Delia, if you're watching, it's on. They're not back out. I don't care if you're gonna have a baby. You know, it's on. Where are we at here? So then we got, after that, we go to Tampa Bay and play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who finished 6-10 last year. I have that as a win. Come back home for a rematch against the Carolina Panthers. Can't wait for that one. I say we get the win this time. We should have won both the times we played them, but it just didn't work out that way. So I think this third time will be the charm. Then we go at Green Bay in December. Loss at Lambeau. Then we come back and win the 3 remaining division games. Home against the Rams on prime time, home against the Cardinals, and then finish the year on New Year's Day at San Francisco. That would give us, if that played out correctly, we would have a 13-3 record. Not too shabby. I think we could actually, you know, win the division and maybe even have home field throughout the playoffs if we can pull that out. So we'll see. It's way too early to really put any real basis on this, but it's always fun to kind of speculate and predict what could happen. But I like it. I think it's a great schedule. I like the fact that we start 2 out of 3 games at home. And I think that second game at Los Angeles against the Rams, that could very well seem like a hometown home game, because Pete Carroll will be returning to Los Angeles, where he's loved down there. And there's a lot of Seahawks fans down there. I already know a lot of Southern Cal Seahawkers plan to invade that stadium. So I think there's a very good chance that we will almost feel like a home game with the crowd behind us when we go down to Los Angeles. So I like the way it starts that way. And yeah, I think this serves pretty well to give Seahawks their best chance to at least get a good start and potentially come out of this with NFC West Division and top seed in the NFC. We'll see if that happens. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been a while. I haven't posted as much as I've wanted to, but it's coming on. I'm going to be doing more music videos here. The draft, I'll be attending the Seahawks draft party coming up. And, yeah, it's just going to get more and more exciting as this season comes along. Whole new rivals. Planning to shoot a few more in the off season. So stick around, please. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will talk to you guys soon. All right. Take it easy. Go Hawks.